now, as I just mentioned, that we are going to have the insights on this critical subject that we are going to discuss and talk about advancing innovation for resilience in a dynamic energy landscape. So we are going to hear from a Senior Director of Electric Transitions and Substation Engineering at Pacific Gas and Electric Company. Could you please give a round of applause and welcome Mr. Raj Beasla on stage. Please welcome.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Raj Beasla, Senior Director of Transmission and Substation Engineering at Pacific Gas and Electric Company, also known as PG&E. Based in the United States, PG&E serves gas and electric customers. We have the privilege of serving about 5.8 million California customers there. It is a privilege to be here with you all in Bangkok for GTD Asia 2025. As I am honored to participate in this significant gathering of colleagues from around the world, I would also like to extend my sincere condolences to my Thai friends and industry peers on the passing of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit. Among us today are the industry leaders, technical experts, engineers, and innovators who are driving some of the most significant transformations of our time. Together, we are sweeping change across the energy sector. Before we get started, I would like to thank PES and the conference organizers for bringing us together and for giving me the chance to share a few thoughts on how we can strengthen grid resiliency in this increasing dynamic and interconnected global energy landscape. Across our industry, as in many others, the pace of change continues to accelerate, now exponentially, due to the rapid advancement of AI-enabled technologies and the transition toward a cleaner, smarter energy system. As a result, the way we generate, store, and deliver power is changing faster than ever. The way our electric grid operated once took decades to transform. Now change occurs in a matter of years, sometimes even months. That's why gatherings like this matter. Now to understand where this work begins, let's take a closer look at the various factors driving the need for global transformation and advancement in energy resilience. According to the latest IEEE PES member survey, the top environmental and energy-related concerns for engineers around the world includes maintaining reliability, big challenge. Meeting growing energy demand, data centers changing the demand landscape, aging infrastructure, and combating the effects of climate change. As many of you have experienced personally, aging infrastructure and intensifying weather events are compounding the challenge of delivering reliable power in every region around the globe. These pressures underscore the urgent need to optimize how we operate, maintain, and repair the grid. Utility providers face a number of urgent challenges: extreme weather to large load growth, increased integration of renewables, and training the next generation of engineers to lead. To stay ahead, we must be prepared to modernize faster while strengthening our system for what's ahead. As I am sure everyone in this room understands, these pressures are not isolated. They're global. Shared challenges like these are shaping how regions across Asia and the Pacific are preparing for their global energy structure. Each region faces its own set of unique challenges in the transition to a smarter, more sustainable energy future. Across Asia Pacific, we are seeing a mix of urgency and new opportunity marked by rapidly growing energy demand. National net zero and decarbonization targets, as talked by the Minister of Energy here just a few moments ago, and a surge in clean energy investments and innovation. According to the International Renewable Energy Agency, regions across Asia and the Pacific account for more than half of the global energy consumption. What's more, in Southeast Asia alone, electricity demand is projected to double by 2050 as we look for our net zero goals. Overcoming these challenges will require targeted investment in new technologies, infrastructure, and regulatory reform. It will also take collaboration across borders, industries, and generations to share best practices and accelerate innovation. In addition to geopolitical hurdles, countries across Asia-Pacific face significant constraints in capacity, infrastructure, and interoperability. As nations move toward higher levels of renewable integration, they must continue for expanding transmission capacity, strengthening grid reliability to ensure renewable systems can meet rising demand. Finally, we have witnessed how severe weather events, wildfires, floods, and cyclones are placing increased strain on energy infrastructure across Asia-Pacific. Modernizing our energy infrastructure in the face of increasing unpredicted climate has never been more critical. As we address local priorities through targeted solutions, it is also important to strengthen cross-regional cooperation by maintaining a global perspective, aligning policy framework, and advanced shared technology. And with its rapid growth, technical talent, and clean energy momentum, Asia-Pacific is well positioned to play a vital role in global transition. That's why we are here today at the GTD. Now, all of these urgent goals, but the real question is how we get there. How do we bridge the gap between ambition and technical realities? The answer lies in innovation. New technologies are helping close the gap, transforming how we monitor, manage, and deliver power in real time. In fact, 2 of the 3 engineers agree. Technology will be key to solve the climate crisis, and we are already seeing that promise take shape across the grid-enhancing technologies that enhance flexibility, efficiency, and reliability. It includes advanced monitoring, protection and control systems, advancements in AI and machine learning, and finally, large-scale battery storage systems. These are just a few technologies transforming how we manage our energy systems. While all this innovation is exciting, how has it worked in practice? And how have others delivered meaningful change in an ever-evolving climate? As one of the largest utilities in the United States, we are applying these type of new technologies every day at PG&E. By doing so, we are using innovation, to turn data into countable insight and drive measurable progress toward an even stronger and safer electric system. We approach resilience through three critical phases: continuous monitoring for data-driven visibility, operational mitigation for targeting risk reduction, and system resiliency. Together, these three elements form the foundation for long-term reliability and resiliency, even as climate impacts and grid pressures continue to evolve. Everything begins with the visibility. Though the AI boom is driving a significant portion of increasing energy demand from data centers, advancements in artificial intelligence also present an immense opportunity for our industry. AI-driven continuous monitoring allows real-time insight into grid conditions, helping utilities anticipate these issues before they escalate. At PG&E, continuous monitoring is already transforming day-to-day operations. Every insight starts with data, and every piece of that data helps us predict, prevent, and respond faster. PG&E uses smart meters to monitor electric and gas usage, detect anomalies, and identify conditions impacting our system. As customer load grows, this edge computing enables sophisticated grid monitoring to pinpoint the system blind spots before they become bigger issues. Real-time visibility is also essential in wildfire prevention, which, as many of you know, is a major risk we face in California. Traditional monitoring systems often delay detection when a hazard interferes with power infrastructures and when utility operator is alerted. To enhance live grid awareness, PG&E partnered with a company called Grid Aware to mount small solar-powered hazard identification devices on utility poles. I should go to the next, oh, sorry. Yeah, pole. These easy-to-install grid scope devices to monitor physical, electrical, structural, and environmental conditions, even during outages and in remote areas. They use a combination of device-to-device cellular and satellite communication to stay connected. So far, PG&E has installed over 18,000 of these devices to start covering its entire service area. We are also employing artificial intelligence to enhance our weather monitoring capabilities. And in addition to its network of over 1,600 advanced weather stations, PG&E has installed more than 650 high-definition cameras that now monitor 90% of the high fire risk areas. The weather data serve as input for our machine learning models to help detect smoke and automate wildfire alerts. Through continuous monitoring, the more visibility we have, the faster and safer we can respond, and the more resilient the grid becomes. In recent years, we have seen a rise in threat from extreme weather. In California, this primarily takes the form of wildfire risk. PG&E's operational mitigation strategy when faced with this type of extreme weather is to improve electric reliability. One major thing, prevent ignition and reduce the number of impacted customers. By inspecting, trimming, and removing approximately 1.5 million trees each year, vegetation management is a key part of how we work to prevent wildfires and help to ensure customers receive reliable power. PG&E has also implemented 2 distinct safety outage protocols that help prevent ignitions on power lines when wildfire risk is high. And one of them is my team is responsible for managing. The first one, the Enhanced Power Line Safety Settings, or as we call EPSS, which shuts power within 1/10 of a second when a hazard like a tree branch or an animal is detected on the power line. The simple measure is a proven wildfire prevention tool. In fact, in 2024, we saw a 65% reduction in ignition on power lines enabled with safety settings. When condition becomes extreme, public safety power shutoffs or PSPS events are planned. Safety outages used as a last resort to prevent ignition during severe weather like high winds in dry regions. The effectiveness of these measures, mitigation strategies, continue to improve through innovation and advanced data analytics. Now, resilience is more than recovery, it's about future readiness. At PG&E, our goal for all the technology we integrate is to contribute to a system that is modern, resilient, and purpose-built for tomorrow's demands. Much of this work starts with modernization. PG&E is currently replacing thousands of aging remote terminal units, or as we call them, RTUs, some more than 30 years old, with scalable system capable of handling advanced data flows and operational demand. These enhancements not only improve reliability and renewable integration, but also enable faster diagnostics, fault isolation, and better grid management. PG&E is also exploring use of alternative transmission technologies, such as advanced conductor, to enable more efficient utilization of transmission capacity as we see the constraints in the right-of-ways of transmission lines. These advanced conductors improve reliability, support the clean energy transition, and further reduce risk from the impacts of extreme weather. And another key investment is a resiliency in system hardening. That includes strengthening poles, covering power lines, and even removing power lines when necessary. When this system hardening work is complete, we have found it can reduce ignition risk by nearly 67% on completed lines. And while undergrounding can be complex and costly, it nearly eliminates all wildfire ignition risk from a line. We are, as a company, committed to underground 10,000 miles of overhead line to be underground lines, and I'm very proud to report that we have undergrounded 1,000 miles in the last 3 years. Undergrounding also improves reliability during all weather conditions, decreases the need for future vegetation management, work and lower maintenance and operating costs in the long run. Every one of these upgrades move us closer to a stronger, safer, and smarter energy system. Innovation doesn't end at the transmission line. Alongside mitigation efforts that we own and operate, PG&E is expanding customer-side solution to make grid more flexible and responsive. By increasing distributed energy resources, or as we call them DERs, like rooftop solar and EV to grid charging, not only can we better manage demand peaks, but we can also enhance our response to dynamic grid conditions. AI is also helping utilities coordinate DERs by analyzing grid conditions and demand patterns in real time, allowing for informed adjustments that optimize supply and load balance. Equally important to integrate a clean energy supply is adopting enough energy storage technologies to balance intermittency and meet peak demand. We can reduce required infrastructure and increase efficiency by combining centralized and grid-edge generation and storage strategy. PG&E is also building microgrids and remote grids to strengthen energy resilience for critical facilities and improve energy security for communities that rely on independent power. These systems enable localized power to keep critical facilities and service online, such as hospitals and first responders, even during outages. While all of this innovation is promising, utilities still face a major challenge. How do we meet today's demand while planning for tomorrow's growth? This is where partnership and collaboration becomes essential. As energy demand rises, particularly from data centers and advanced industries and EV charging stations, load growth is increasing and need for strategic grid investment to maintain reliability and flexibility. Utilities also face potential business risks if they are unable or unwilling to meet the growing energy demand from large load customers. These partnerships strengthen load management capabilities, improve reliabilities, and help achieve overall cost reduction. One example comes from PG&E's collaboration with Stanford University as part of the university climate action plan to achieve net zero emission by 2050. With electrification as a key component of the university plan to achieve its sustainability goals, PG&E was tasked with supporting Stanford's growing reliability and capacity need. To help guide important partnership like this one, PG&E has developed a consultative model playbook, which outlines how to successfully navigate each state of utility enterprise collaboration from an early planning to execution. The consultative model emphasizes transparency and proactive planning with large business customers that have specialized needs and require specialized solutions. It also served as a guide on building long-lasting partnerships that extend beyond immediate needs, how to support future system resiliency. By rethinking how we engage with large load customers, we can transform the challenge of rising energy demand growth into an opportunity to build a better, stronger, more resilient energy system, one that benefits all. Technology and system upgrade alone won't build the energy future we need. We also need an adequately sized and skilled energy workforce equipped to take on the challenge of tomorrow. A recent global study from IEEE-PES found that world will need up to 1.5 million more power engineers by 2030 to meet the future demand of a growing and electrified world. To achieve this, we must start preparing students and young professionals today. That's why IEEE-PES and the utilities like PG&E are investing deeply in education and workforce development. From STEM education and scholarships to mentorship programs and valuable training, IEEE-PES has several core initiatives to prepare the next generation of engineers. IEEE-PES Young Professional Group now includes over 7,900 members globally, working together to share critical knowledge and advance their career. IEEE Workforce Initiative focuses on STEM education, outreach to secondary and pre-secondary education level. And the new IEEE mentorship program pairs young engineer with mentor for 6 months to develop real-world responses to engineering challenges. At PG&E, we are also cultivating emerging engineering talent through various professional development initiatives, internships, recent graduate program, and hands-on activities. Like our new EV Go-Kart Challenge, which I have been fortunate enough to oversee, PG&E's first ever EV Go-Kart Challenge launched this past summer as part of our high school internship program to help foster technical skill and teamwork. 3 teams of high school interns put their skills to the test to design, engineer, and race fully operational solar electric go-karts, all of which are built from scratch alongside their PG&E mentor. Interns also got the chance to dive into real-world data analytics and grid reliability projects with PG&E leaders and engineers. Our focus on getting young engineers excited about this work helps us to ensure that our grid technology advances, and we are preparing the right talent to advance it. For all of us here, there has never been a more critical time to work together. IEEE PES is leading the effort to convene the global engineering community, bridge differences between regions, and advance global industry needs to address our shared energy and challenges. Though the IEEE Vision 2050 Action Plan and Research Project, we are exploring long-term strategies to combat the biggest climate change facing us over the next 25 years. This includes in-depth interviews with members of experts worldwide to better understand regional priorities. It's vital that voices from across Asia Pacific and this room are represented in the future of energy. If you have not already, I encourage you to sign up for a 15-minute informational interview by scanning the QR code on the screen. It's an easy way to ensure your voice and perspectives are included in IEEE Vision 2050. Over the next 5 days, let's embrace the opportunity to learn from one another and strengthen the partnership that move our industry forward. Our shared challenges will be to think differently, lead with curiosity, and embrace new ideas for more reliable and resilient future. As we wrap up, I would like to once again thank all of the event organizers for their tireless work bringing together such an inspiring community of energy leaders. I would also like to thank our sponsors for their continued support of IEEE PES mission. Across every meeting and moment of this conference, I hope you feel inspired, connected, and energized to lead this exciting transformation and help us pass on a better world to all future generations. Thank you for being here, and enjoy the rest of the conference. Thanks for the opportunity.